Hello everyone. Today we're going to go over some basic Windows form controls. We're going to cover the label, the button, the text box, go over variables a little bit. So let's get started by first creating a new project. We can click right here, Windows Forms app, or we can go new project, Windows Forms app. Call this lesson 1.0. Now we have a form. I want to look at my Solution Explorer real quick, and I personally like having the code adjacent to the form here. You'll notice when I click on the form, the toolbox controls appear. If I don't have the form selected, they're not there. It's because I don't have the form selected. I'm going to go to the Properties window here on the right. We can change what it says right up here in Form 1, so we'll do that real quick. Instead of Form 1, we'll call it Lesson 1.0. Doesn't like that. Right here. Lesson 1.0. Can't change the name of the form. Right there. You actually have to change the name of the form over here. If I wanted to rename the form accidentally, I was trying to change the text. That is part of our lesson today. The difference between name and text. So let's learn the difference actually. Button. Let's put a button in here. We got a text box, a button, a label. I want a smaller form, so we're gonna shrink that down a little bit. First thing I'd like to do is change the appearance of this guy. Let's make it look fixed 3D is the style. I'm going to remove the text. That's what's showing. The text is what is showing. I'm going to put a couple of empty spaces in there so that it shows like so. Yeah, if you don't put the spaces in there, you don't really see the window. So it's a little placeholder text. The name, I'm going to call that label output because that's what's going to appear when we're done. Text box, we're going to change the name text box input. We're changing the name here. The name is important because the name is how we access these controls with our code. The text is blank. That is fine. We don't want to show any text here by default. Button 1, we're going to name button. Just name button enter for a simple name. Notice how that didn't change the text that's displaying here because that's the name. The name is what the code uses to initiate with that control, but the text is what the user will see, which is right here. Cool. So we have a basic form. We changed the name of the form, the text of the form in the upper left hand. We changed the name of the text box. We changed the name and the text of the button. We changed the name and the text of the label. So let's get the button to do something. So I can get the button to do something by double clicking here. You can double click the button, or you can double click. I went to the events lightning bolt on the properties panel here. If I double click inside of this window, this text box right here, it's going to auto populate the code that I need to trigger that event. So what they're saying here is button enter, which is the name of the button. Click. When I click on the button, whatever's inside of here will run when the user clicks on the button. So let's first create a placeholder variable. So that's a string variable. Let's make it an empty string. It's underlining green because they're telling me that it's not used. That's fine. Now, what I want to do is when the user clicks this button, they will enter this code. I want to grab the value of the text box and save it to result. So what's the name of the text box? It's up here in the upper right, text box input. So we're going to save result text box input. Notice the autocomplete here. Now I need to say what to grab from the text box input. All those properties are available to me here. I can grab any of these properties. What I want is the text, what the person types in. That's the text. So we're going to save it to result. Then we want to populate label output with result. So let's go label output here. Everything on the right hand side is going to get assigned to the left hand side. So we'll say label output dot text. We're changing the text property of the label. Is going to be equal to result. Now if you're seeing any red underlines, there could be various reasons for that. Here we have it wants a semicolon. It's even telling me right there, semicolon expected. Other common errors might be if I remove this text, it's going to say what's on the right hand side doesn't equal what's on the left hand side. That's what it's saying here. Cannot implicitly convert. What they're saying is what's on the right hand side doesn't equal what's on the left hand side. It would be as if I was trying to save a number. It would be as if I was trying to save a letter to a number. The two don't equate from the computer side. So what's on the right hand side is also needs to equal what's on the left hand side. We'll get into more about data types at a later point, but for now that should do. And then let's also update the button to say that it's been clicked. So button enter is the name here. Button enter text, we're going to change the display text to be clicked. And now that red underline means I need a semicolon, which I have put in. And now we can run our code. So let's go to start here. So here's our little window. We got lesson 1.0. Test click. We should see clicked here, and we should see text click up here, over here. As we do, which is great. We could play with it a little bit more. Maybe we want test click to be a little more emphasized. So as we're collecting the result from the user, maybe let's add an exclamation point. Add some excitement here. So now whatever the result is, we'll add an exclamation point to it. And that will change the label to have an exclamation point. Label result exclamation point, as we've added it here. So this is a really simple way to get familiar with controls. We have two very important fields. We have the name property and the text property. The name is what the code sees, and the text property is what the user sees. So very important differentiation there. Okay, that's all for now.